I love autumn. For me, autumn is that time of year when I get to reconnect with my body more often. The vibrant hues of the falling leaves remind me of my own inner vibrance, and the cool breeze brushing against my skin makes me feel so alive. It's like as the rest of the southern world prepares to hibernate for a while, I wake up, but to myself. I'm called to listen closely to the parts of me that need soft attention, medicinal movement, and deep rest. My inner landscape and its complex shifts are highlighted, and I'm reminded that I'm a world unto myself, with cycles and seasons worth loving as well. Good morning. Quite tired today, but we're headed out for a jog because my body's just been begging me to run. I haven't been for a run in a while, so gonna just get the blood pumping and flowing and prep myself for a really good day. That's pretty. Your toe is right there.
Yeah, your toe is right, yeah.
We're back from our morning jog. We've been back for quite a few hours now. And so I'm having lunch. And for lunch I'm having my fave, jjajangmyeon. It's not jjajangmyeon.
I guess it's technically jjajangmyeon, isn't it? It's like the ramen version of jjajang.
Okay, it's chapaghetti. We got a packet of this for free at Kokoro yesterday, and this is one of my favorite things. Like, one of my favorite things about Korea was just how, like, every store that you went into, you would always get, like, it's called service, like just a gift, like a free gift. And when we were living in Busan, we frequented this bakery quite often, and we became friends with, like, the elderly women who were working there, and they'd give us, like, free, like, buns, bro, and free, what did I say?
Buns.
Yeah, this was just a really sweet gesture from Kokoro. And it's my fave. Like, this is really, really my fave. Lerato made it for me because when I make it, it doesn't taste as good. I don't know what I do wrong, but Lerato's one is always. Always good. We're going to Clarens.
That's right.
For our 6-year anniversary. So we spent some lovely time together. Peace and quiet.
Where is Clarens? Tell us.
It's in the Free State. Been there before. Went there recently, and now I'm back with my baby. We have about like two more hours just got to our accommodation and it's so peaceful here. Like, it's quiet and all you can hear is like the birds, and I feel like Clarens just like, it commands you to stop and just slow down. Like the second you arrive, second you step out of the car, you're just met with silence, and the silence is just like, join us, come be a part of this. There's no need to move fast here. There's no need to talk. Just join us and take it all in. And that's exactly what I plan to do for the next couple of days. Rato and I took this trip because we've just been needing deep rest. We've been wanting to just break away. We've been wanting to break away from the city because it's just been so chaotic, and my body has just been feeling like it needs deep rest, a time of like complete breakaway from technology, from like watching things all the time, and just being with nature. And I'm so like happy that I get to be here again so soon at that. And I have like zero urge to want to do things. Like I don't even have the urge to go hiking, which is really wild for me, especially here. But yeah, I'm just like, if I stay sitting on the grass of this Airbnb or accommodation for the duration of this trip, I will be so happy. I don't need to do anything else. So yeah, we'll just be resting, listening to the birds. That's it. That's all I want from this moment.
Notice the energetic mood of your body. Is it cranky? Is it relaxed? And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and stretch a little. Make sure you drink some water. Take good care of yourself. Sending you lots of love, many blessings. Bye for now.
Yeah, please. I noticed that earlier. Having my first cup of coffee in about a month. Yeah, I decided to just reconsider my relationship with coffee, because like this girl was giving me stomach aches and I was drinking her like more than once a day, and it was just going down a path that I did not enjoy. So I decided to take a break for a little while. I like coffee. I like the smell of coffee. I like the taste of coffee. And I don't know, to me, coffee is like very cozy and like I'm sitting at like a bookstore or a cafe and I'm people watching and I'm having a cup of coffee. I just find it to be so, I romanticize coffee basically, but that becomes a thing where I have it every single day and then the romance leaves and it's just me and a stomach ache. So I'm like, the story that I'm telling myself about it does not correlate with what's actually happening, and I really want the story. So I'm going to take a step back, stop having it every day, and then reserve it for moments where I'm like, this is amazing. Like, it's so cold outside. I'm wearing like jerseys and I'm like reading a book and I'm having a coffee. So this is one of those moments, just outside, beautiful autumn morning, having a cup of coffee. For a while, I kept going back and forth with myself, like, am I gonna have this cup of coffee? Am I not gonna have this cup of coffee? And the reason why was because on Instagram, I posted that I'm taking like a break from coffee. And I just thought like, oh no, people are gonna think I'm like going back on my word. And so I'm just not gonna drink the coffee, which is quite like, it's a silly thing to do. Like, why am I holding myself accountable because of other people and not because of myself? And I'm also allowed to like go back on my word. And I like coffee. I'm going to drink coffee. But what I also notice is that a lot of my thoughts around alcohol are creeping into like how I relate to coffee. I think that because I'm like having coffee every day, I'm just sort of like, oh my word, is this becoming an addiction? Am I drinking it to excess? Am I becoming like dependent on it? All of these questions that I was asking when I used to drink alcohol. And I appreciate that part of me that's like looking out for me and that's questioning my habits and what I'm currently doing. But I'm like, it's not the same. Like it is not the same relationship for me. And since going sober, I've just found myself doing that a lot. Like I question a lot of the things that I enjoy. And while I know it's coming from a loving place, it also feels like it's coming from a very purest place of like, I can do this and I can't do that. Like if I'm saying no to alcohol, then I can't drink. Like I never used to drink kombucha because like kombucha has little alcohol in it. And I'm like, no, like that's one of my favorite things. It tastes nothing like alcohol. It doesn't make you drunk. It's healthy for you. Like kombucha is okay. But I used to just be really hard on myself in the beginning of, or not even in the beginning of my sobriety, even now. It's something that I'm like actively trying to process and like unlearn right now, just being hard on myself in terms of the foods I consume, the drinks I consume. Like I can't divide everything into like, this is good for me, this is bad for me, you know, like there is some room to play and there is some room for enjoyment. And I feel like coffee is where I'm trying to experiment with that. I can take breaks from it. I can stop drinking it for a while and I can have a really good time. Like my body feels amazing. And then I can also have days where I do crave a cup of coffee and I can just trust that I'm just going to have it that day. Maybe I'll have it the following day, but like, I even doubt that I'll have it the following day. Because like this feels enough for me. Like one cup of coffee right now feels so enough for me. But yeah, I'm in process right now. I'm just thinking about my relationship with a lot of things and trying not to villainize myself for having a cup of coffee, for like not eating healthy all the time, and just allowing myself to enjoy life in these ways that I truly do enjoy. I can't even finish this cup. Like, that's enough for me. Like, the desire was met, the craving was met, the feeling was met, and now I'm like, okay, This is all for Lerato now. Babe, do you want the rest? That's edible. I'm writing about how painful rest actually is. When I think of myself on vacation or when I think of myself resting, I always imagine like sitting at a beach and like I got my shades on and I'm just watching the waves and I just feel so relaxed. But like real rest does not feel like that. I feel like it's almost like a thawing that happens, like a really painful release that happens of the body, because it's like you realize just how much you haven't been resting and how on the move you've been, and then you take a rest and you do this like tiny small thing, you do nothing for like just a little bit of time, and then it's like the floodgates are open and like all the rest that you've been needing just like reveals itself, and experiencing that feels like so painful in the first few moments. Like just sitting and watching the sky or sitting with your thoughts and not having like any stimulation whatsoever, like it's really uncomfortable at first. Even boredom, like boredom is also boring, you know. It's like you don't want to be there, it's uncomfortable. You want to like move on and do something else. But like once you get past those few minutes of like wanting to do something else, those few minutes of discomfort, it actually becomes quite restful. It almost feels like a melting that happens. Like it feels like taking a really warm, soothing bath and just allowing your body to like surrender and sink into rest. And right now I'm still definitely in the painful aspects of rest. I'm still in those first few minutes. It feels like those first few minutes of rest, but I know I'm getting to a point where I will be able to say, wow, I needed this, and my body feels rested from this moment in time. For now, I'm just going to sit with the pain, sit with my boredom, allow myself to be with the nothing and the desire for like no stimulation, the desire for nothingness. else looks good? Me. Close, you can see the wings of it. It's the brightest star here by the roof. Okay, now go true north of the brightest star. So just go straight up.
Falling leaves drift by my window.